Exactly as you may have read the title, this video is going to be all about exactly how I reached a page one or a ranking one position, on the SERPs within just under 1 month. I actually done that using a tool called keysearch.co. I done a review on that tool which you can check out on this channel. It was around the last video that I actually did, and on that tool I used the keyword search tool to find really low competition keywords with reasonable search volume. The word that I actually ranked for only had about 30 searches per month, so it was quite low in regards to how much volume it was getting. But finding this actual keyword led me to then go on to find other words. So inside of this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I'm doing it and exactly how I go about using the tool to actually, find this information. So stay tuned, because we're going to go straight onto my computer of where I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is actually read through this article. This is for the keyword search tool that I use, which is called KeySearch. And what we're going to do is just get a brief idea of exactly how to use the tool effectively. So what I actually do is I usually read their blog, because they've got a really good blog and they give you lots of insights into the information that can be, very useful to finding some good keywords and just using the tool efficiently. So we're going to say, just take a look at example niche. The chances of ranking, bringing traffic for search term golf clubs is a long shot. Not to say it's impossible, but the top 10 search results will most likely be dominated by big companies like Goldsmith, Amazon, etc. It will take a long time to outrank this type of competition. So let's start and get some keyword ideas. We'll load up the search term golf clubs. So as you can see here in the tool, they've loaded up golf clubs, and as you can see, it's red. So if you watched my last video, you would know that this is a really bad sign, because that means that there's a lot of high domain authority websites that are ranking in this top 10 search result. So this is not that bad in that sense, because there's something here which is not that high. Don't know how they got there, but there'll be reasons if you look further into that. But as you can see, it says there's suggestions of 701 words. Yeah, so if we go up and look at the tool, it should have 701 results somewhere. It usually pops up somewhere around here, I'm not sure. But yeah, so basically they've got 701 results, and then it says, what we want to do is figure out each keyword. Keywords have a good amount of traffic and are fairly profitable. So the way to do this is to use volume and cost per click. Okay, so search volume, it shows approximately how many searches Google is getting for that particular keyword each month. Cost per click shows how much advertisers are bidding to get their ads shown on Google when that keyword is searched. So what you want to do, just to explain this in a nutshell, is when you know that there's a good high cost per click, it usually indicates that a lot of advertisers are paying and bidding at higher prices for that, which means there's more buyer intent around the keyword, because advertisers are only a bid on mainly on words that are for buyers, people who are trying to get something, so they want to be on the other end of that. So what you need to do is find an average or a median between the two. So as we can see, cost per click is important because it shows the keyword search term that is profitable. There are many keywords that get a lot of traffic but don't really have much profitability. Yeah, so cost per click is what represents profitability. For example, the search term latest movies gets searched 201,000 times per month, but the cost per click is only 22 cents. Most likely because people are searching for the latest movies and aren't going to be buying anything. Yeah, so it's true. If someone's searching for the latest film, they don't have any buyer intent around that sort of interest when they're searching. Okay, so then it's they are just looking for some information and really doesn't have any much monetary value. This is why we want to find a nice balance between the two. Yeah. Okay, so let's take a look back at the example golf clubs, and if we come back up to that golf clubs example, we can see that they've now basically told us to put volume at less than 500 searches a month, which I don't go that low, but you can. So volume is less than 500. So they're setting this in a filter. It's got a filter on the tool. And then we've got also the cost per click. They've set it to 1. Yeah, so less than 1. CPC less than 1. Okay, so see it's getting a decent amount of traffic. I don't know why they've put it on the left hand side. That should be on the maximum if they want it in less than. Okay, but maybe 200 searches, blah blah blah, XYZ. So as you can see, it's now shortened down to 79 keywords, as you can see over here. Okay, and then from here you can start checking the difficulty. So now you're going to start breaking down and opening up, these keywords, because what it is you only have a certain amount of credits to reveal these keywords on this tool. So you get around 200 per day on the basic plan. But if you're looking to, like, obviously, find really good keywords, you want to hone in and find profitable keywords that are, reasonable traffic, low competition, and then start revealing them and using your credits. Okay, so you'll be using your credits in the correct way. Like, you don't want to just waste them in that sense. So you see here they've added this, and then they've also gone for long tail keywords. So they're saying 1 or 2 keyword phrases are usually tougher to rank, and I feel longer keyword phrases give me a better shot at getting on the first page. Okay, so let's take a look. So longer keywords are, 3 phrases or more. And basically when you go for those type of keywords, it's a lot more specific. So golf clubs is like kind of vague, and then you could hone in and actually talk about a specific club or a specific swing with a club and all these different things. But so now they've honed in and basically added another filter to say they want 3 words or more, and then with the 2 filters that were initially there, which then gives them these keywords. So what we're going to do is basically, as you can see, these are all like light green. Okay, so what you want to understand as well is there's different competition keywords on this tool. So the lighter, the really, really easy to rank ones are the ones that are blue, and then you've got ones that are also light green that are easier to rank, but you might need a few backlinks, and then you've got really, really difficult ones when it gets up to like yellow and red and so on and so forth. What we'll do is we'll go through the actual blog content for that as well, because they've got a blog post on the keyword tools as well. So what we'll do, first of all, we're going to go and use the tool and put this into action. So I'm going to take a really generic term. So I'm going to say fitness tips. Yeah, so let's go over to the keyword, make sure I'm on the right tool. I think I am. So what we're going to do is we're going to go for like fitness tips. Yeah, and we're going to try and find, we'll just do fitness tips. Yeah, I think I've done this the other day though, to be fair. Just thought of fitness tips, or we could think of something else generic. Yeah, like, okay, so car parts, let's just say that car parts is a really generic term. Okay, so it's niche down, but it's not specific. Okay, so this is really good because it will make a good example. So what we're going to do is, this is how I come in and find these keywords. So you can see here, this is giving me domain authority, page authority, and there's a very authoritative, sort of top 10 ranking sites. This one isn't as high as the rest, but it's still high enough to beat me as a beginner. So what we want to do is basically, you've got these credits up here which show you how many you've got. So if I was to like reveal this, it basically will use 1 credit. So it will tell me the competition on like the score of that word and how competitive it is. You can see this is getting like, what is that, like 1 million searches a month. So this is like auto parts, and then you can see it used 1 of my credits. It's now down to 199 from 200. Okay, so you can see all the results it's got you, which is 500 here, and then you can add this filter. So if we were to just add it the way they done it, so they put it like there, I don't know why they put the 1 there, I would have thought it was there, that's how I use it, but we'll do it as they said, and then we'll go back and just fill in the details exactly the same way. So 500, and number of keywords 3, okay, or more. So I thought volume would be 500 or more here, and cost per click 1 or more. Let's just have a look what it finds. Okay, so I don't use it specifically in this way, but I'm just following exactly what they've said first of all, just to get an idea. So these are just still bringing up very that sort of high competition keywords. What I would do is I basically put a 1 in there, and then I would put like, really and truly traffic, I'm not really fussed at that being, I'd put that 500 maximum, and then number of words we want 3 or more. So that's what I would be getting at. And now I would be looking at these words. These are going to be probably very low competition. These ones are still kind of high. So you sometimes don't get it straight on the first time. As you can see, like I'm just see, so that's one coming through, and what you want to do is hone in on those type of ones. So when you start finding them, so we can see auto parts locator, and we might go down to a few of these just random ones, but these are all ideas of topics that you can target. So what I do now, say for example I found a word like this, I'd go to these actual sites here, so I can see like there's one here that has like a reasonable low domain authority and page authority, so I might be able to tackle a site like this. So what I'll do is go over to rankings, and then I'll look at the other keywords that they're ranking for. So it was Rockwood Auto Parts, yeah, so Rockwood Auto Parts, can see other words that they're ranking for, and I'll basically get all of these. So you can see they're position 1 for this, position 2 for that, it's all in order, and this is how much traffic the words receive, and how much traffic that their specific page gets from, you know, the ranking. So for example, we can see here, this is like, you know, 170 searches per month on average, cheap car body parts. So this is probably, you know, reasonably easy word to rank for. So what I would do is basically go and plug that in there, and it would probably let's see if the filters are still going to stay on. Okay, so let's see how much. Okay, so that's still saying it's kind of competitive. So let's have a look what other words are involved here. So used car parts locator. Okay, so there's another site, and this is what I will do. I'll just keep going over it until I find words that are reasonable for me to rank for. So until I find a few sites that are low competition, sorry, low domain authority, and I'll try and basically see what they're ranking for, so I can see all of these different rankings, and I'll just keep doing this until I find it. So I'll do it in the example today, and we'll just see what I can find. Let's have a look. So this is all I keep doing, just keep plugging different keywords in, seeing how. Okay, so this is reasonable, it's very low searches per month, but what we're going to do is we're going to add a filter to that again. So I'm going to do up to 500 searches per month. Let's see if I add up to cost per click that, and then 3, and let's filter that. So now that's going to give us a different set of keywords. Let's have a look. Okay, so that's fine. And let's have a look what we've got here. Okay, so as you can see, we're revealing more words now. So it's getting a bit lower, 32. So this is a bit more reasonable. And then as we keep going, let's have a look. So now this is how I'm finding these easier words. So 30, this is even lower. I would still even try and get it lower than that. I would try and keep going. So I can see that it's not great. This ain't the best, but I'm revealing quite a few words. So these are all keyword ideas. So as you can see, salvage parts locator, 140 searches per month, and then you can go and check the sites that are ranking. So this is a very authoritative site, number 1, and so are these other sites. So sometimes you may find that it's not giving you the best exact, obviously, words that you or the, you know, lowest sort of domain authority sites as competition. It might still give you like a 30 here, which obviously is not good enough for certain things. But this one looks pretty good. So you can see a lot of green area here. So that was the one we was on, I think, yeah. And then this was the other one. So let's have a look at that one. Okay, so these are still kind of a bit too competitive for what I would usually go for. I'll try and get this even lower. But what I tend to do is always go into the actual sort of area where I'm familiar, because I've been doing a lot of research in the dog niche for my site. So if I was to go on to, say for example, let's have a look, Husky Retriever. These are like the type of things I've been trying to rank for. So as soon as I do the search, you'll see that I've got loads of revealed words in this industry, which are really low competition. So this is how I was finding all this. Can you see how low these go? So these are the ones that are like super, super low and high competition, high volume. So as I reveal these words, look at how like the main authorities are going to be quite low here a lot of the time. So let's get that. And as you can see here, look, this is like one that I've written an article on that. So that's actually a keyword that I've used. And you can see here, like it's got like sites like this in there.
quite reasonable domain authority, which is why it's green. And this is getting 1900 searches per month. And you know, when you see it light blue like this, it simply means that you won't even really need backlinks to outrank these sites. Yeah, but then like even for that, you won't need backlinks according to the tool. Now, to be fair, it's saying competition is very easy. It holds true because for me, like this is again, look at how low that is, 21. Look at all this like very low domain authority sites compared to what we've seen. Look at the comparison to this. You know, we're talking like 83s and 97s here compared to this here. So this is definitely, look, this is, you know, 33,000 searches per month. And if we were to take that search and we went over to like Uber Suggest or somewhere, we'll be able to see if that actually holds true. So let's select United States because that's where the keyword, I think that's where it's pulling it from. Let's have a look. All locations. So it's pulling it from worldwide. Let's see if you can do that on here. Yeah, no, I think this is just doing like the States or somewhere. So what we'll do, yeah, we'll bring it up and we'll see how much searches it's getting. So as you can see here, look, 33,100 searches per month, and look, easy keyword. See, but I'm finding these because it's a high traffic, easy keyword to target. Cost per click 0.25. Let's see what it says over there. Cost per click. Yeah, cost per click. So it's 25 pence on Uber Suggest, but the traffic is exactly the same. You can see it, yeah. And this is like a high traffic keyword, and you can see, look, the domain authorities of like 13. Like my site's on 8 in the first month, so this is low. Like this is very low. You could easily outrank these sites. And look, what you'll realize is a lot of these keywords, they haven't got backlinks. That's why they're low. Look, there's like no. This one has, yeah, that one has. But look, 58 links, 93, that's like, you know, it's kind of high, but it's not into the thousands. Like there's ones up here with like 5 backlinks, like that's ridiculous, yeah? 71, 11 backlinks again. Let's check out some of the others. 1 backlink, 5 backlinks, but that's a YouTube video, sorry, so you're not expecting it on there. 12 backlinks, so the top, look, that's like the second highest ranking, that's only got 12 backlinks. So obviously driving a bit of backlink power here, you could probably, you know, rank for that. And if we check the trends, that's another reason why it might sometimes give you like a false sort of lead in that sense, because you might find that it says it's easy to rank, but it's because it's just like not trending at the moment or whatever else. So you can see this is just kind of picking up for December of where it left off last year. So it's returning back to that stage, but it's a bit sporadic. So if we were to check Google Trends, you'd probably find that this keyword is quite new. It's just something that probably people have been searching like not that long ago. So yeah, that's kind of how I find them. Now I was going to go over the blog page for this actual reference of exactly how to, you know, find what these keywords mean, but I just explained it to you. So this means like no backlinks, you don't need any links. This means like when it's light green, you might need a couple of links to outrank the top 10. When you see it like this, it just means that you're going to need a few links in around like 5 or 6 months. This might take about three to 6 months. That's like, you know, talking about like 6 months. Okay, say about 6 months plus for that. I think they noted roughly on the tool. These are like super hard, take years to outrank. Like you're not outranking that anytime soon, and it's going to take a lot of work, a lot of backlinks, a lot of authority, you know, everything. So that's like super hard. You want to go for these type of words here and just find those keywords. And once you've got these words, like what happens is, what I was explaining earlier, is I'll basically find like a easy to outrank website. So say for example, like this site here, I know that I will smash their articles. Like, so it also tells you if they've got the keyword in the title, description and URL. This, because everyone's trying to target this, and you can see they've optimized their pages for it, it tells me that really and truly these guys are trying to go for it, but it must be like just quite a relative new keyword. So the tool hasn't yet picked up enough data to understand that it's a competitive word. Okay, but there are some like, you know, this is an example that it's not that competitive at the moment because there's low ranking sites like this who are, at the top 10. Okay, so if we were to just go over, so that's pet moo, I'll basically just go and hijack their keywords. So I'll go and see what else they're ranking for, because I know I'll outrank them. And the reason you know that is because their domain authority and page authority isn't that high. So all you want to do after that is basically just go and check their content and make sure your content's better than theirs, and also longer than theirs as well, so more lengthy and more healthy in that sense, answering questions a lot better and more efficiently. So I can see they're at position 3 for this keyword, which is corgi and husky mix. These are just all ideas to rank for. That's just that page that they're ranking for. If we go over to domain keywords, I'll basically find all of their rankings, their keywords that they're ranking for on their whole website. So this is going to tell me everything on their site of what they're ranking for. So I can see here there cats eat pork rinds, corgi husky mix, Australian labradoodle temperament, cats with flat faces, corgi mix, husky mix puppies. So this is like 1,300. So if we check like a lot of these words, they're all going to be like low competition. So if we check this, let's just like sort of duplicate this page, and what we're going to do is just plug that keyword in here, and I'll show you. This is how I find it. See, so once I've got this like type of thing, I'll just go and hone in on it and start finding other words that are similar that I can rank for as well. So look, you can see easy keyword corgi and husky mix, 2,900 searches per month. Look at this, low domain authorities. And look, there's not really a lot of backlinks here. You can see it. There's some sites with like 6 backlinks in the top 10. It's ridiculous, yeah? And then look, that's another, it's revealed like more words that I've probably unchecked before. But look at this, there's just like a minefield of different easy to rank keywords. So this one isn't as easy as the rest. But obviously, you could just unveil these words and there's more. Like, let's have a look. Look, easy, super easy. What it is, when you go and use this tool, you'll realize that these words I'm finding are not, they're really hard to find. But using the technique that I've just showed you, I'll make it look easy. But you'll see how hard it is to find those words, unless you're using, the type of technique that I use. So let's have a look at what this says in Uber Suggest. Probably like reasonable traffic, low competition. We'll just check that. Remember, this is United States specific, whereas my tool's putting it up worldwide, which is all locations there. Okay, so that's taking its time. But yeah, that is it. That is how I find these words. And then once you've got them, just like keep a list of all the different articles in a hit list, and just aim to just target them like day by day, writing a new piece of content. And then as we paste this into here, what I would do is basically take that keyword and paste it into this content manager, content assistant tab, and it will tell me the average ranking top 10 sites are averaging around 1,900 words. So I know I need to at least beat 1,900 words to outrank, outrun them in regards to length of content. Then it tells me the must words that I must include that basically Google are recognizing and placing at top 10 results. So all the top 10 are like, they've got these words included in their articles. So this helps you to make sure your content's right. And then it shows you obviously the searches and, the keyword score. And then you've also got keywords that are related to this, top URL keywords that they're using. So the ones that are giving them the most traffic. This is quite interesting again, because you could use that inside of your content. And then we've also got questions. So these are going to be questions that people are actually asking associated around that keyword. So within that specific topic. And it says, use these as subheadings, because what it is it gives you the chance to get a featured snippet. You know that these featured snippet positions, you'll potentially rank for that. For these words inside of the article, because the snippets basically comes in and finds like a question and answer, and it will rank you 0 position on Google. So to increase that chance of that happening, you want to be using as many questions as possible and answering them inside of your article. And that's it, guys. That's exactly how I'm doing it. If you have any questions on exactly how I explain that, or you just sort of get stuck, then just leave a comment and I'll get back to you. But apart from that, that is the video in a nutshell, and that's exactly how I'm finding these keywords. If you do want me to do another video going over the actual breakdown of these numbers and, you know, going through their blog post and reading that, then just leave a comment below as well. And I hope you enjoyed the video, so peace.